Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial video on my YouTube channel. I am Mr. Olo and this is Mr. Olo Designs. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to create a simple music UI design on CorelDRAW using various slide cards for your music cover art. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So as you can see on my screen here, you can see that I have the materials that I want to use for today's tutorial. So I did the liberty of writing some things out to save us time, so that we can just go straight to the point. And I also had to import certain of the things we'll be using beforehand, so that I also to save us time. But if you want to follow up in this particular tutorial video, the materials that we will end up using for this particular tutorial video will be made available in the description box below. Okay, so now what we are simply going to do is, first of all, we're going to create 4 boxes that we're going to insert our music cover arts. As you can see here, these 4 music cover arts. Okay, I already have a write-up for today's chart. I have the write-up for the main music we're going to be using, and I have my icons right here. Okay, this is the equalizer icon, this is the search icon, this is the favorite icon, this is the repeat icon, this is the play button, this is the home button, and this is the library, like if you want to go to your library. Okay, it's like your music list. Now I have some wallpapers here, okay, that we will use to add a little bit of aesthetics to this design. I had to bring all of these wallpapers out because I love the way they look. Okay, I love the way they look, but I don't know which one I'm going to go with. But something is telling me to go with this particular purple one. Somebody's telling me to go with this purple one, but I don't know yet. So anyhow, let's just go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create 4 boxes. So let's walk right in. So we're going to create 4 equal square boxes. So you're just going to go to our rectangle tool, okay, and we draw 4 equal boxes while holding our control key so that the boxes can be very well squared. Then we align to the middle. Then we go over to our shape tool. Then we curve all 4 edges to, okay, I think let's leave it, let's do 30. Okay, let's leave it at 30. I think 30 is okay. Let's do 35. Okay, 35 is okay. So now we've done this. I decided to go with 40. So now we've done this. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to create another box. Okay, we are going to duplicate this one, but before we do that, let's bring in this our music cover art. So let's just power clip it into, okay, before power clip, let's make a copy. Remember I already say make a what? Make a copy. Now we just going to power clip. So we go over here, we power clip, then we go into our power clip, then we make sure it is properly aligned. Okay, I think this is okay. That is it for that. So we remove the outline since we've now done that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a duplicate. Okay, so this duplicate now will contain probably this, or let's use this by Leonas. That should be okay. So we go over into the power clip, then we delete this other one, then we align this, we stretch this one. Okay, that is done. So now we take it to the back with shift page down, take it to the back. Don't worry, let's make another duplicate, put it to the middle, then we bring this in, power clip. Okay, we delete this, just repeat the same process for all. Then we exit, we take it to the back, we'll make another duplicate. I want this particular one, I'm leaving this one at the front because that is the name of the song we have here, the name of the track preferably. So we delete this one and we align this also, and that is done. Then we take it to the back. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to go to our Skew. Now this is where the whole manipulation is, because this is where you need to make sure that you get it right. Okay, you need to make sure you get this particular area right, so that, because this is where the trick happens. This is what will make it look like it is a slider, okay, like something you are swiping. So let's make a duplicate first. We make a duplicate, then we select this one, we go to our we select this, we don't need to go to our shape, we select this. Okay, when we tap on it, we tap again for our skew to show, then we skew it a little bit. okay, something like this. I will skew it a little bit like this. Then when we go over to this one, let's take this to the back, this background, let's take it to the back. Then we go over to this one, we take it up a bit like this, then we'll bring it this way, then we take it up a bit a little, we take it this way, we bring it out, okay, just manipulate it the other way, sorry, then you select, then you skew a little to the down part, a little, not as sharp as this one, okay, but let it be that as you just make sure that this one is skewed in a way that it can be seen that it's skewed but not equal to this, you understand me? So you could still take it up a bit and bring it out. So let's sorry, why am I using the shape tool? I don't really know. Okay, this is okay. So now we've done this part, let's take it down a bit. Then we come over to this one, we bring it out very well, okay. Then we are going to take it up, then we are going to skew this one, we're going to skew this one up a bit, okay, something like this, isn't that too much? We are going to skew this one up a bit, okay. Then we bring it in little, then we take this last one, we take it all the way up, okay, take it all the way up to somewhere here, then we skew again, we skew this one up, so you can see that, as I said, this is where the whole manipulation is. You have to make it look slidable, swipeable, you know, like something you are trying to swipe it this way, you know, like you're swiping through your flip of folders, you know, you're trying to swipe, like just like you have stack of papers and you're swiping them to select your song. So I think that is all, nothing much to really be done here. I think that is basically all to do in this particular area. So now that this is done, we just take all of them, then we group it. Now we've grouped, the next thing now is to create our interface. So we now have to go over and create our interface. Let's take this to the side. Now it's time to create what? Our interface. So you're going to create a little box. So I'm going to be going with the dimension of 503.2 by 1088.7. Okay, this will give me the iPhone 13 Pro Max ratio, something like that. So now, having done this, the next thing we're going to do now is to go over to create what our we're going to make it look like a glass. Okay, we're going to make it look like a glass first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our fill tool. Okay, we're going to go to our iterative fill. Then we are going to select it to be out this way. So before we do that, let's color this background white. Okay, now we've selected our fill tool and we've made it, let's make it white. We'll make here white also. Okay, we're going to make here white also. So for this part, we're just going to, okay, I think this is okay. So now we've done this. The next thing we're going to do, that's basically we just coloring the thing white. So next thing we're going to do also is that we are going to also outline. Now, for me to be able to show you what I'm properly doing so you get it, let's color the background somehow gray. So now we've colored the background gray. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select this our rectangle, our UI shape. We're going to align it white. Okay, now we've aligned it white. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to object. Okay, we're going to go to convert outline to object, Control Shift Q. We are going to convert outline to object. Now you converted it to object. I'm going to just select this particular one. Now what we simply did was that we tried to separate the outline. We kind of separated the outline from this particular box. So I'm going to cut away this box for now. Then I'm going to blur this. I'm going to blur it. So I'm going to go to effects. So I'm going to go to blur, Gaussian blur. 50 will be too much, so 50 just disappeared. So I'm going to go with something, let's see, 5. No. Let's see 2.9. Let's see 2.0. Okay, 2.0 is what I want to work with. Then I bring back our surface, our page. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go with this background. Now this is where I want you to understand something. So I'm going to just take this background, I'm going to bring it to the middle, and I'm going to cover it the whole way here. This is me adding aesthetics now to this stuff. Now I'm going to leave it this way. The next thing I'm going to do now is to create our UI, the internal part. So I'm briefly going to create a box. Okay, I'm going to take our rectangle tool, and I'm going to create a box here. I'll make sure it is properly aligned with the stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to corner the edges, go to our shape tool, select, then I think we're just going to go with the 40 we used before. Okay, 40 is too much based on the dimension is okay, so you're just going to go with half of it, which is, let's say 20. Okay, 20 is okay, you're just going to go with half of it. So you're going to reduce it a little. Okay, this is okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our I'm going to bring in our icons now. So the first icon I'm going to bring in will be the home icon, the search icon. Don't worry, I'm going to arrange these things. Let me bring them to the front using Shift Page Up. I'm going to bring in the favorites, and I'm going to bring in the library. So I'm going to just select all of these icons. Then I'm going to reduce them. Okay, I'm going to reduce them. Then I'll align them with this. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to make sure that these icons are properly aligned together. I'm also going to make sure they are properly aligned, just to make them be at the middle all together. So now that that is done, I'm now going to drag our home to this side, or I'm going to select all, Shift Page Up, then I'm going to reduce them a bit. Okay, so now let me select them. I'm going to put in our search here first, and I'm going to take our home. Our home is going to come first, then favorite will be coming last. So I'm just going to make sure I adjust them. So I'm going to take this way, somewhere around here. Usually if you're designing UI, you have to use your grid so that you can have your exact, but when you are moving something, as in so that you can make sure everything is equal. So you work with grid when you're actually designing a UI. You're actually creating a UI design. Okay, I'm having issues with my movement, so I'm just going to deactivate my snap to grid. Okay, it's already deactivated. So what's the issue? So I'll just move it manually again. Then I'll take this way, somewhere here. And I'll also manually adjust this. I know this doesn't sit right, but sometimes it's good. See, one thing about design is you don't have to be an expert in almost everything for you to win the heart of your client. There are certain things you can add to your client's branding, your clients, there are certain things you can just add to your presentation without actually having the skills of Figma or thereabouts. There are ways, that things you could just do, add it to your presentation, as in add it to your client's presentation, that kind of a thing, and you could just use that to win the heart of your client. Adding something like this. Now, for example, you created, let's say you worked on a branding on a music app branding for your client. Maybe you designed the logo and you did other things for the client. Now, at the end of the day, you could just simply create a sample UI design for your clients. You could be surprised. Your client could tell you, if you can actually do that job, why don't you go ahead and do it? And don't be surprised. Your client might just agree that, okay, you do the job, you created the sample, you do it for him or her. and at the end of the day you just get to realize that you just want a contract. Now you might not know how to actually do the job, but the thing is you can always collaborate with somebody who you believe is good at it. You can always collaborate with the person, get the job done, and you get your own percentage out of the whole thing. So now we've aligned this. Okay, now that we've done this, we are now going to write their meaning, or let's say what they stand for. So we're going to bring in this text and duplicate. We color it black. So we're going to go over here as usual. Home comes first. So we are going to put it at should we put it at medium or semi bold? Let's give it semi bold. We're going to ungroup this and make sure this is properly aligned at the middle together. Okay, we're also going to select this home, make a duplicate. This is search. Then we make sure it is properly aligned to this. Then we take this one too, we come over here, library, then we make sure it is aligned also. The alignment of this library is wacky, so we just have to manually adjust it ourselves. Okay, so bring this over here, and this is favorites. This is favorites. Now we select and align to the middle, and that is that. So now we adjust a little bit. So all we just need to do is now to adjust them, group, and then we can adjust. And we can reduce them so that they can be more aesthetic. But I feel that these things are too big. Each of them are too big. So I'm going to reduce them properly this way. And I'm going to ungroup. I'm just going to, let me slide this a bit so I can have a chance to. Okay, group. Group this. Group this, then I also group this. I'm going to take this to the side. One thing about UI, that's one thing about the difference between UI and UX. UX is all about the experience, UI is all about the interface. Now, all these little adjustments I'm doing is part of the UX, because you have to make sure that you don't just have to make your UI to be beautiful. You also you need to make the experience to be fun, to be easy for your user. You know, you have to make your user enjoy the experience of using your app. So you can create a very wonderful design, but if the UI is bad, if the experience is bad, that's going to be a lot of problem. Okay, so UI can be very excellent, looking very good, but if the UI is bad, my dear, that interface is going to have a very huge problem. So now I think we are having an error here. We didn't curve this, so let's curve this. Okay, so I think we made an error. I'm going to redo that error. I'm going to call this away. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this for now. I'm going to bring this out black. Then I will make this our outline again. Now that it's curved. Now that it's curved, I just need to, now it's curved, I go back here and I convert to curve. Then I remove this just like what we did before, but this time around I just want to make this curved. That was the error we did before. Okay, now we've done that. We paste, then we shift page down. So now we've done this. What we are simply going to do now is we are going to, aside this, we are going to select this whole stuff like this. But let's leave it. Okay, now we've done this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start fixing in our icons. But before then, we color this white, then we color this black, and then remove the outline. Then we make this a bit transparent. We make it a bit transparent, not all the way transparent, just maybe something like 20 or 10. Doesn't have to be all too transparent. Okay, for now let's leave that for now. So next we're going to do is that we're going to bring in our play button to somewhere here. I'm going to take it up, shift page up. So let's reduce the outline of this. Okay, I'm actually going to, anyway, let's just color this. I love using my, I don't know why I love using my brand color, my personal brand color. So let me go over here. So I'm going to remove the outline now. I'm going to color this white. Yeah, so let's just put it somewhere here. Make sure it is aligned to this. You use your align right. Now it is aligned. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to come down here and we're going to draw a tiny. We're going to go over to our freehand tool. Then we hold it down. Then we select the 2 points. Then we draw a line. This is going to show the time lapse of our stuff. You're going to show the time lapse of our stuff. So you're going to make sure that it is properly aligned also. Okay. You're going to also drag this part somewhere. Is there any need? Let's put it at the middle. Okay. So now you're going to increase this a bit. This is 2 pixels, so let's give it 3 pixels. So we're going to come over here and we're going to draw a little circle. We're going to color it black. Remove the outline. Let's increase it a bit. Then we align it also to make sure it is aligned on the same platform. Okay. So now let's zoom out to see if it is significant. Let's reduce it a little bit more. Okay, take it this way. Let's leave it there. So the next thing we are going to do is we are just going to group this together. Group. Now the next thing you're going to do now is, having done this, now we're going to bring in this today's chart. We're going to bring it in here. So we're going to let's give it black first. Then we take it to the front, shift page up. Then we reduce. Then we bring it this way. Then we make sure it is as usual, it is aligned to this. Aligned to left now. Okay. So it is aligned to left now. So the next thing we're going to do is, let's just leave it there. So now is when we are going to bring in our stuff. But before then, let's bring in the name of the track. Okay. We need to bring in a track. So let's make it duplicate, color it black. Then we reduce. Now as I recorded this video, this is the current this is the song that is currently obtaining the blockbuster list in Nigeria, especially for those of you who are not from my country. So I hope you enjoy this song. Check it out on Apple Music, YouTube Music, and the likes. It's quite a very nice song. So I'm just going to reduce. Then I'm going to bring this. Now I'm going to bring this icon. I'm going to make a duplicate. Then I'm going to reduce it. Then I'm going to copy this favorite again. Then I'm going to use Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. I'm going to bring it here, then color it black so that it can be visible. Then I'm going to make sure that I make both of them the same before I start reducing. So I'm going to align both of them now, and then now that I've aligned, I'm going to, as usual again, in fact, let me just reduce this. I need to make sure that they are properly aligned, like it's almost the same size. So I align it properly. Everything, I love precision. That's why sometimes even when I say I don't want to take my time in a tutorial video, I end up taking my time. I love making sure that if I want to teach, I teach. I don't give people half-baked stuff. Okay, I make sure that whatever it is that I want to teach, I make sure I finish it or I'm able to get it. So I align to the right. See, alignment is the key in design. Alignment is the key in design. If your stuff lacks alignment, man, it will lack harmony. So it's just going to lack that atom of, I don't know how to really put it. It lacks that orderliness. That's a professionalism. So alignment is key. Anything you are doing, make sure it is properly aligned. Alignment is key to everything. Like I said, anything you are doing, make sure it is what? It is properly aligned. Alignment is key. So now we've done that area. So now we've done this part. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to bring in our card, all these swipes we've done. So make a duplicate, then we reduce now. Then we take it to the middle, shift page up. Now we start adjusting to suit our preference. Up, and that is that. Now we've been able to do this. So the next thing we're going to do now is to bring in our wallpaper. Yes, we're going to bring in our wallpaper now. So before that, let's bring in this our equalizer button here. Let's bring in our equalizer button. Don't worry, all these things are going to be made available for you. So we are just going to reduce. Align to left. You are still going to come back here and then reduce it a bit. Okay, that seems to be done. I think that is it for this. So now this is now where the other magic is going to happen. Now we're going to bring in, now we are done with this, let's remove this background first. We're going to bring in our wallpaper. Now we brought in this our wallpaper, we're going to make a simple duplicate. We're going to make a duplicate, okay? But before then, I want to make sure this wallpaper does something very nice for me. So I'm going to enlarge it. I'm going to enlarge this wallpaper. I'm going to bring it down somewhere here. Everything's all about aesthetics, okay? I'm going to bring it down here, somewhere here. In the meantime, let's try and increase this a bit, just a bit. Okay. So now we've reduced that. The next thing I'm simply going to do is okay, this is on its own, right? Okay, so now the thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, make a duplicate, which is Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Then I'll take that one to the back. Then I'm going to press this, then I will power clip it into this. Okay, now I've power clipped it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this power clip. Now, in case you missed out on what I just did, I took this background, I made a copy using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. It came in front, then I used Shift page down to take it to the back. Then I selected this one of it, right clicked, power clip into this box. So now I'm going to go inside this one I'm going to blur it. Effects. I'm going to go to blur, Gaussian blur. Then I'm going to give it 50%, 50 pixel blur. I think that's too much. And the blur too much. The blur seems to be much. Let's try 40. Let's try 30. Then we OK it. If this background doesn't work for us, we use another background. Yeah, this is what I was trying to create. Now I'm not going to color. Now is when I'm going to do some other adjustments, like give it this white. This white. I'm just going to leave it black. Then these ones I'm going to give them white. Then from this I'm going to transparent it more. Let's see, 40 or 35. Then I'm going to give this, I'm going to give both white. Now I was able to create at the same time what I just did here now was I was able to create both a glass effect. I was able to create a glass effect, a stunning UI glass effect, and I was able to create a UI all at the same time. So that is basically what I just did in this particular tutorial. So now we have been able to do this. Okay, so we've been able to do this. Any other adjustments to be made? Any other adjustment to be made? This background seems to be bright for me. I don't know why. Let's see if we can make this, give this noise. To give it noise, you have to first of all convert to bitmap. But before we convert, we make a duplicate. Now we convert to bitmap. Now we can add noise effects, noise, add noise. Too much. 50, 50. 40, 40. I think this is okay. So now this is what I was basically able to do in this tutorial video. So now this is how you can create, maybe you did a branding for a client. You could just create a simple UI like this for your clients, showcase it to them. You never can tell. That could be an extra win for you. Okay, so this is how you can simply create this kind of effect on CorelDRAW, this sort of simple UI on CorelDRAW. All you just need to do is export it, add it to your element that you want to send to your client, and voila, you never can tell. You might just win an extra job to yours. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button so that more people will see this video. Now, and also please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, and share this video with your loved ones, your friends, your community, so that they too can learn as you've learned in this particular tutorial video. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. If you want to improve your skills in graphic design, click on any of the videos showing on your screen. See ya. Catch you in the next tutorial video. Bye.